It's okay. Off the mic. It's okay. She off the mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. He go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses.
Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Hello there. Good afternoon to you, good morning to you, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live, and you can share this broadcast with your friends and everyone on your own platform. Tell them Maiyegun is live, and tonight it is going to be a little bit hot. If you have your coffee next to you, please keep the kettle warm. And if it is your own Jack Daniel or whatever you have there to relax with, please stay back. It is going to be an expository one tonight again. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Maiyegun live once again. So thank you very much. And if you have read the caption of the broadcast, just before we kick in, tell me, how is the audio and how is the video on your screen? I'll read my comments for a minute. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to have all of you back on tonight. Tell me, how is the audio? Yes, please do the red wine. Let the ladies do red wine and let the men do coffee, or better still, get some rum or whiskey. It is not an entertainment night. It is a night that sometimes in the section of this broadcast, you might need something to calm yourself down before I open the line, where you can then pour out your mind and say your mind as well. I was following the development, especially on the latest development in Nigeria. Let us be very clear, okay? There is nothing that Maiyegun talks about that is not new. That is new to all of you, many of you. There is nothing going on in Nigeria that many of you are not following elsewhere. But you see, the difference between Maiyegun General Political and others is the fact that Maiyegun General Political will give you the opportunity to have an insight, an insightful sort of a conscious, thinking about exactly what is going on. Nigeria is a place whereby people want you to talk about the problem. Talk about the problems. Everyone is dramatic about it. People love to play victims of a system and at the same time claim powerlessness in rescuing themselves. And it is deliberate. Nigeria is a place where they want you to talk about the problem, but they don't want you to mention the names of those behind the problem. Because when you begin to mention names, you will realize that all the Nigerians who agree that there is a problem, they will begin to fault your reasons for those problems because they have their tribesmen, they have their church member, they have their mosque member, they have people from their own traditionals everywhere who is involved in where we are. And that is something that we shouldn't shy away from, because the manipulative system in Nigeria allows for a criminal like a Boko Haram to gain access to power. He is not alone. There are many, many Boko Harams in different forms, from different tribes, in smaller forms and bigger forms, in different capacity all over Nigeria. These are the dangerous ones that eventually give Boko Haram the energy to do what he is doing or what he is still going to do. When you name problems, when you complain about a problem, right? It would be ideal when you mention the causes of the problem, if the people who cause the problem have names, mention their names, save the word. Then they say, what then can we do? I was like, Nigeria is a place whereby you will be blackmailed from speaking up. It is deliberate. When you want to speak up, like I said, talk about the problem, okay? But the only thing you are allowed to do, which is commonly accepted, is to blame yourselves. We are our own problems. We are the one who is causing all this problem. We shouldn't just blame the politicians. Let us blame look at the people collecting bribe here. Look at those ones selling mango, 3 mango for 20 naira. Mango that is free and all of that. So don't let us just blame the politicians. Let's blame ourselves too. Because that is what is called self-victimization, so to say. They want to talk about the problems. They don't want to talk about those who are actually behind the problem. Rather, they love pointing fingers at you, at me, and finding other excuses that makes them escape those criminals who are behind the whole thing. Because when you mention those criminals, you are going to be mentioning people from their tribe. You're going to be mentioning people from their religion, from their this, from their that, people they are associated with, not directly, but because of where they come from. On Maiyegun's diary, I will mention names, right? Not just talk about the problem. I'll mention names and I'll tell you, if you are going to find a solution, right? You and I are the solution. Those who are part of the problem, they will never, ever be part of the solution. And that is something that we are still pretty much at a crossroads now. But a system that produced Boko Haram, that brought so much division that is so obvious, and he is not hiding it. That same system is the system that is bringing Nigeria to the precipice of today, whereby a simple conversation about a national cohesion, that simple, honest conversation among all the ethnic nationalities in Nigeria has become so hard to make happen that they will rather choose genocide, war, destruction, terrorism, economic war on the people that they should be sitting down with and having a conversation with. So the system that produces Boko Haram is a system that will produce many, 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 many more Boko Harams. And it doesn't matter where they come from. The agenda is the same. Like I told some of my friends in the past, Listen, Boko Haram came in to fulfill his long-time dream of massacring and killing the Igbos, an unfinished business from 1966. So when they spoke about, when you read the story about the 1966 retaliatory coup of July 1966, carried out by the northern renegade soldiers, who decided to at least kill all those they consider as Igbo leaders, Yoruba leaders, who were part of those who were part of, as according to them, blamed for the January 1966 coup. When they finished killing in a retaliatory coup, it wasn't meant to keep Nigeria one. It was meant to break up Nigeria from that moment. But something happened. They got rewarded. Rather than them to face the supreme justice firing squad. So they got rewarded. Boko Haram was one of them. I don't know if many of you know that. Among those soldiers who carried out the 1966 coup, the retaliatory coup, Gowon, Muritala, Babangida, Danjuma, Abacha, Boko Haram, and the rest, Dongoya, and the rest of them like that. And they all got rewarded one time or the other for their war crime. Now, that same Boko Haram who was rewarded with a promotion after the genocide of Biafra, what happened? He staged his own coup because Gowon said there was no winner and there was no vanquished. Therefore, everything Biafra and those killed can always be buried in the history, which they never succeeded in doing. The unfinished business that Boko Haram came to do, he alerted the rest of the world in Washington way back in 2015 when he was meant to be meeting the world after his election and inauguration as the new president of Nigeria, somebody that just came out of an election, the most divisive election ever in the history of Nigeria. And he went to America and he told his American audience, right, that happens to be the African American and other mixed, audience. And he told them that they shouldn't expect him to treat the Igbos who gave him just 5% of the votes. They shouldn't expect him to treat them same way he would treat those who voted for him and who gave him 97% vote. It was very clear. His agenda was never for the Igbos or the Eastern Nigeria at all, right? But the Igbos, the Biafrans were adamant because they knew him. Many of us vilified them. So many of us disliked them for being so persistent and continue to tell us that, the agenda of this person is not just to wipe out the 5% that didn't vote for him. He was going to deal with all of you, the 97% that were shouting change. Many of you did not agree. Some of you are still struggling to understand why the Igbos, the Biafrans in general, especially those who saw the light, the IPOB, Boko Haram saw them early enough as well. He saw them as a threat early enough in his regime. That was why when he kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, something I was telling one of those guys who believe that killing people for asking for their own country is the right thing to do to stop them from asking for their own country, right? I was like, there was no arrest warrant. There was no court order. There was no court judgment that says Nnamdi Kanu should be arrested whenever he steps his feet on the soil of Nigeria. There was no court order, nothing. So he came to Nigeria. But because they were looking for him and they had no way of getting him arrested, this is not 1985, whereby Boko Haram, when he came here to come and kidnap Umaru Diko, you remember that story? Umaru Diko, a member of a Shagari's government who was accused of being corrupt, right? And he ran to London. Then when Boko Haram overthrew Shagari, and Boko Haram was then looking for those that were working for Shagari, right? Some of them are abroad. Boko Haram himself, who happened to be a despot, a military regime, right, had no legal right to claim anybody or extradite anybody to Nigeria with his military decree, right? He decided to kidnap the person from London. So they came here. He used the Israeli, what do you call it? The Israeli Mossad or something they call them, to kidnap Umaru Diko. They already boxed him, put him in a box. He was already at Stansted Airport. He was about to be shipped. They said he is, what do you call it? Is a diplomatic luggage. So they marked the box, they put him in. Because Buhari couldn't follow anything legal. He doesn't believe in anything rule of law or anything at all, right? So he wanted to kidnap Umaru Diko back to Nigeria. And they got caught. Umaru Diko was rescued. That was how that one day ended up dead. So when Nnamdi Kanu was in Nigeria, Boko Haram, because their agenda was to hunt down everybody that they know as whoever is standing up for the Biafrans or shouting Biafran here and there, they will hunt them down as enemies of the Fulanis, but they will use Nigeria military and Nigerian security and intelligence agencies to track them down. There was no court order. They did not go to court to say, oh, this Nnamdi Kanu, who is living in London, has been inciting people in Nigeria. We want him extradited back to Nigeria to come and face judgment. They didn't do that. They were waiting. Right? While they were waiting, they were picking up people they suspected to be members of IPOB, right? When Nnamdi Kanu got to Nigeria, they got to know that he was in, right? What did they do? They decided to go and kidnap him. For about 3 months, they denied having him or holding him. They continued to deny and deny. Meanwhile, they were using that opportunity to get him to possibly change his mind. Tell him then that they don't want trouble for Boko Haram. He should just stop whatever he's saying. Right? When they finally got exposed to tell us that they were holding him, I am telling you all of this to let you know that where you are today is not a coincidence. Boko Haram planned it to destroy Nigeria. The only person dividing Nigeria, doing the job of dividing Nigeria through violence is Boko Haram. There was no court order. There was no court judgment. Nothing. So when they picked him, they now decide, when they waited for 3 months, when they had nothing to charge him with, they now said, yeah, we got him. We got him. But what happened is that we arrested him with some dangerous equipment to come and be broadcasting about Radio Biafra in Nigeria. And he was planning to divide Nigeria. You know, Boko Haram was new. Many people were still enjoying the Kool-Aid of change mantra. You remember, they were just, they were still living in the bubble of change. So many of those 97%, including many of my Yoruba brothers and sisters, they were like, that's the right thing to do. Legally or not legally, whether it's illegal, it doesn't matter. What nonsense. Why can't they ask for Biafra under Jonathan? How come they are now asking for Biafra? Why is he saying they want to divide Nigeria? So Boko Haram made sense, because his action appealed to the mumus who they sold change to, and they want to enjoy their change. They don't want any Biafra to interfere, right? So it was all right for Boko Haram to hold Nnamdi Kanu without any court judgment. As they were doing that then they moved to begin to clamp down on the IPOB members. Many of them were arrested. Remember, they were only doing what I'm doing right now. They were using their phones to broadcast. They were broadcasting through their online broadcaster platform by Biafra Radio app. All of this, no weapon, no nothing, no. While they were focusing on the IPOB members, and they were telling all of you, the 97%ers, that they were doing the right thing to make Nigeria better. They were also dealing mercilessly with the rest of you, all of you 97%ers. Okay? So because you are waiting for the miracle of change, many of you justified and considered the IPOB members as troublemakers. The fact that whatever they are agitating for is legally binding and they should never be killed for it, because Boko Haram's agenda suited killing them to prove a point, and killing them suited many of you because that could keep Nigeria one and keep Boko Haram focused. But it wasn't focused. They destroyed the economy. From all of you, from 13 million unemployed people, that jumped to over 35 million unemployed people. That is 22 million of you who have jobs in 2015. Today, you are jobless. They said they made the statistics of 80 million people in poverty when they came in. Today, they have over 140 million people. And you know what? 60 million of them, they are living in extreme poverty. They destroyed the naira. They destroyed the economy. They destroyed your jobs, right? They now diversified insecurity. It was Boko Haram in Northeast when they came in. But today, they are now telling you that it is either you give your land or you give your lives. Many farmers have been killed. Many of them have abandoned their farms in northern Nigeria, in southern Nigeria, in eastern Nigeria, in every part of Nigeria. Everyone is now under the threat of insecurity. 6 years. You now have bandits. You have ISWAP. You have Boko Haram. You have ISIL. You have a Fulani terrorist. You have the Nigerian military terrorists. And you now have Boko Haram sitting above it all. So the agenda actually matched, but they played you. By the time some of you will realize, it was too late because Boko Haram had succeeded in destroying whatever is left of all your institutions, as much as they were not really reliable. But you know what Boko Haram did in 6 years? It destroyed them completely. Now you can't say you were cheated, you want to go to court. You can't say a Fulani terrorist come onto your farm to destroy your farm, you want to arrest him and take him to the police station, you get justice. You will be arrested in his place. But guess what? There are people that will tell you, yes, even on all of that, we should all come together and be one. How? How do you become one with your killers when you can read very clearly the agenda? This is not conspiracy theory. It is real. And if you are not paying attention yet, it is because maybe you choose not to. You are not alone among those who are living in denial of this. Then, when they killed, kidnapped and raped, destroyed and bombed everything they could do to the Igbos in the name of God knows what. This can't be in the name of Nigeria. It can't. The Fulani terrorists now expanded their campaign of terror right before our eyes, our very, very eyes. The story started from these guys who are killing people in far away Ekiti. Do you know the distance of Ekiti to Zamfara? Can you imagine the distance between Borno or Niger to Ijebu-Ode? Can you imagine it? Then these criminals came. This Boko Haram and his gang of 40 thieves, including the Hallelujah boys, the Buhari idiots, the Sai barbarians home and abroad. They told us that these guys who were killing our people were from Sudan, they were from Chad, they were from Niger, they were from Mali, Mauritius, Central African Republic. They said they were from Libya and so many of these places that are completely so different from who we are. Then we said, how did they get in? when you said you are going to crush Boko Haram in 3 months, how did these killers get in? How did they get in that nobody could arrest them? They've committed crimes and they had never been held responsible. They said, don't say that. Boko Haram is trying his best. It is because of the weather. There is a dissertation in North Africa, and they need vegetation. They need a greener area to feed and graze and feed their cows. Oh, okay. So it's all about their cows eating fresh grass. Hello. Do they have to trek from Sudan to Ekiti? Do they have to trek from Mauritius? Another part of Africa? Do they have to trek from Central African Republic? To Odogbolu, my hometown in Ijebu, before they can feed or graze their cows? What happened to this modern technology of irrigation? Or is that not what it's called? Where you use the modern technology to what? To get water supply that will eventually wet the dry land, grow the grass in thousands of acres, build ranches, put these cows on these farms where the grass will always grow green. It doesn't matter the dissertation or the climate change nonsense that they are also trying to use as an excuse. Why should people be killed? Why should farms be destroyed in Ibarapa simply because somebody from Libya want to graze his cow? This doesn't make any sense. Where is the government? They said the government just came in. We cannot rush them. Okay. How many people are going to die before the government will need to know that they need to protect the border and prevent this influx of these criminals? But it was a lie. They needed to buy time. As those people were, fluxing in. I mean, they're getting into the country, getting into southern Nigeria. They were helping them to move further south, using Dangote trucks to mobilize them in the middle of the night. They were given Okadas and so many other things that moved them down south. They have no destination there. Then we realized that many of them have already been brought into northern Nigeria just before the 2015 elections. And after the 2015 elections, they have no plan for them other than for them to just go and find their way. And therefore, because this is becoming a problem, the Boko Haram's government came up with an idea. What was that idea? Ruga. First, they started with grazing routes. No, they started with, grazing routes. People said, even in this your grazing route, it is only, existed in northern Nigeria. We have these criminals in southern Nigeria destroying our farms, kidnapping our women, raping our women, and then destroying our communities, killing people and sending them to refugee camps. That can't be about cows. That can't be about a grazing route. So if it's about grazing route, there is no grazing route existing in southern Nigeria, although there is one, according to them, in Oyo State. But today, that doesn't exist. In the entire southern Nigeria, the only place, historically, that they had grazing routes was in Oyo State. And you can tell it's because of the proximity of Oyo State to Niger State and the border between the Niger State and all that. Sharing those borders makes Oyo State very close to them. There was no grazing route in southern Nigeria, nowhere in southern Nigeria. So they when they realized that, oh boy, I said that one no go work. They said, okay, let us create cattle colonies. What do you mean by cattle colonies? They said they were going to let those who are killing people all over the place to resettle down wherever they want in every part of Nigeria. So everybody must provide land for them so they can create colony for them. And from colony, it will become local government areas. And that is how you are going to have the Fulani from Mauritius, Fulani from Sudan, Niger, Mali, and other places have their own local government area in your state. How would that bring peace? How did they get in the first place? What happened to all the people they have killed? The innocent people that have died because the Nigerian government under Boko Haram couldn't protect the border. They didn't protect the border because it is deliberate to let them in so that they can then force us to start negotiating for our lives. Hello. Insecurity became the order of the day. And they continue to sing us different sing-song, telling us that it's because of your fault, it's because of my fault. This now led to the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, to say, listen, now that all of you can see that everything is compromised, you can't protect yourself or defend yourself, you will be considered as an enemy. Boko Haram has ordered a security agent to disarm all of us from having any arm to protect ourselves in the name of trying to reduce crime. But the Fulani terrorists walk about with their AK-47, which Boko Haram himself admitted to, that they were free to walk about with their AK-47. However, they only use it when people say they shouldn't graze on their farms. Are you with me? You will have no right to protect yourselves. That is the explanation. Now they are giving us conditions. When people kept their position that no way we won't do it. If all of you love the Fulanis because you speak their language, why can't you create all these cattle colonies, all these Ruga areas in northern Nigeria, which actually controls over 70% of the landmass in Nigeria? Out of the 100% landmass in Nigeria, the total land coverage of Nigeria, the northern Nigeria controls 71% of the land space. How can you then want the rest of southern Nigeria that controls just a paltry 21%, which half of it is, even water? How can you want us to still part with land, hectares, thousands of hectares of land to resettle the Fulani coming from Niger, from Chad, and all these places in our areas just for peace to reign, just for one Nigeria? How did we come about this? Why should we do that when your job is to protect us? When your job is to protect that unity, that safety, everything that makes us that part of Nigeria, why should we have a condition of parting with our land? When they realized that won't work, then they decided to promote a bill that would then give the federal government of Nigeria the right to your waterways. Because these Fulanis, according to them, they need land very close to water. And this can only be found, 98% of needed water can only be found in what is today's southern Nigeria. So when they couldn't get land for them, they decided to use their National Assembly. They put a bill, they call it Water Resources Bill. So you see, this is how they put you, the 97%ers, in danger of the trap they told you, or they probably thought they were plotting for the Igbos, the 5%. At the end of the day, you are all trapped and tricked, and you are all going to pay for it, or you are all paying for it, including those who didn't vote for Boko Haram. So they promoted a bill called the Water Resources Bill. All of this just to ensure that the Fulani who they told us came from Chad, Niger, and all these places are resettled in Nigeria officially. And whatever land they get becomes theirs, and you will have to find somewhere else to live, or you have to live with it and accept it as the reality of today. Water Resources Bill, which will give the federal government of Nigeria, controlled by the Fulani Caliphate, the right to control all of the waterways in Nigeria, 98% of that in southern Nigeria. And they will also control 6 kilometers of land from those water. Let's put it this way. Let's say you have water in Lagos now, your Lagos water. Now, you see the land between that bar beach, and you will now calculate 6 kilometers. 6 kilometers from that water. You will calculate it back That is where whatever they call your state or your local government will start from. That is what is called the Water Resources Bill. And the purpose is this, so that they can now resettle the Fulani they want to resettle very close to the river, very close to water, and without having to fight any war, just using the legislation, using the takia, that will make all of you think, Shebina for peace. Why can't they just do that? Okay? That will automatically make you cede your land. All of you shouting, we are Biafrans, we are Igbos and we are one Nigeria. We are Yorubas. We don't believe in all this your Yoruba nation, all this Oduduwa Republic. You call it nonsense, Abi. You are not smart. You are not smart. If you are, you will never open your mouth and call those who are asking for Oduduwa Republic, or those who are asking for revolution, or those who are asking for Biafra. You will never open that your mouth and call it a nonsense if you are smart. But I believe not all of you, the Buhari idiots, not all of you, the fake ass Nigerians, are really smart. Now, if they manage to get the Water Resources Bill passed, it simply means, you see that Apapa Wharf, you see all those places that you think, now you get them, they will become territories, new towns, new names, and they will be occupied by the invading Fulani terrorists. Do you now see that all of you thinking they are going to bring war before they will go and dip their sword inside the ocean? You know, they said they will crush you, they will fight you, and then after killing all of us, they will go and dip their sword in your ocean. All of you thought it was going to be the sword war. All of you thought it was going to be the gun war. All this gun war, they are the distraction to spread the fear, for you to know that it is very important for you to accept, for them to do what they want to do, because it's the only way for peace. So 6 kilometers. Imagine. Do you know how many hectares of land that will make up 6 kilometers? You will kiss your Lagos bar beach. All of you going to the bar beach, going to the beach to do all your weekend, what have you, fun and all of that. You will kiss those places goodbye. Because number one, remember, you are an infidel to them. An infidel who is, why will you go to the beach and open your body? Why will you take it? What is wrong with all of you? Who give you that right? So now 6 kilometers away, you will never smell that beach again. You will never smell those waters again. And how long it's going to take them, right before your eyes, they will rename those places new towns. They will appoint emirs into them. They will do all they have to do. And you can say it's a conspiracy theory. You are not smart enough, because all you can say is that it's not possible. But I just told you now, just same way you're going to read it. The Nigerian Senate just passed the Water Resources Bill. And then you'll be reading about, what is Water Resources Bill? They say it's just for government to control the waters, government to make sure that no criminals say blah, 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 blah. You will be a moron, to actually believe that. Now, Boko Haram, who has all this agenda, who has put all of us and our own existence, our safety in danger. The same Boko Haram just came out and he said there is no going back in finding and then recovering of the grazing routes. Let me tell you a story. Okay. In fact, give me a sec. Something I want to check. So let me tell you a story. Some of you know this story, okay? But it's a good thing to remember, so that even if you are a proud Buhari idiot, or if you are a very, very educated and then a proud Buhari, cyberbarian, okay? It doesn't really matter. But listen to this. Whatever is going on right now, you are all going to have a fair share of it. Some of you will live in denial, okay? You are just going to live in denial anyway. The suffering and smiling mentality, that's yours. You know, the reason why I'm telling you all of this is that, as they say, elections have consequences, okay? You have chosen change, and you have also joined the next devil. all of that, the consequences is what it is today. I congratulate you. But if there is anyone who is doing the greatest job of dividing Nigeria, that person is no other than Boko Haram. Okay, his job is to divide all of you, divide Nigeria, break it up completely. Okay, but breaking it up means that they will burn a part of that Nigeria down, and when they push all of you to react, eventually you have to break up. Are you with me? No wonder they are diverting the resources of your Nigeria that you don't have. They are diverting them to Niger Republic. Okay, I don't know if if many of you know that Niger Republic is the 37th state of Nigeria. Okay, now let me tell you this story. Boko Haram as an ethnic jingoist and an ethnic bigot, right? In 2000, year 2000, year 2000, just about a year after we started this demonstration of craze, the demon of craze or craziness, this one, 1999, the Fulanis who were encroaching on government land, government farm settlements, like, we have this in Western region, in the old Western region, right? We were doing so well, long. It no go better for those who have done so well, so well, to continue to keep us in this contraption for this long. We were doing so well, honestly. Now we are just reading about them in the book, right? So we had the farm settlement, very, very flourishing farm settlement, whereby if you are a farmer, government will allocate you free land. You will cultivate land, you will cultivate things. Government will give you money to get yourself fertilizers. They will do when you now finish, when your farm produce, when they are ready for the market, the government, they will now buy some of them from you, if not all of them. Okay. So with that way, government was able to control the price of food stuff and everything. We're supposed to be a great country as a Yoruba people. All right. All those farm settlements were destroyed by the successive Omoalis who have come to power, and those who are also was the Olori Burukus who took military positions to be governors in Yoruba land. They shall destroyed everything, okay? But those land are still there. In government book, they are government property or for your state after there's no more. After the end of First Republic, after there is no more Western region, okay? Now, you see, these farm settlements are mainly around Okeogun area, all right? That's like when you are saying Oyo North, all right? So when you're going to Okeogun, Ibarapa, all this Ayete, Ikongon area, all those areas, the farm settlements are there. So there have been some Fulani who have been encroaching on those land for long time. And most of the time, they run into trouble with the owners of those allocated land, and there are clashes. But never for once have they been able to raise army to say they want to defeat the locals and claim the land. Never for once. But something happened. A fight broke out. They've attempted a few times, where they will clash with the locals. They will fight them. They will, and they will quickly beg for peace. So they will bring in the government. They will bring in the royal fathers. They will settle. They will say, we will not do that again. We will never do it again. But when democracy started, something happened. A fight broke out. Sometimes around 99 or so, the year 1999. So in about 2000 or 2001, Boko Haram traveled from Daura. Are you with me? This is somebody who was still probably regretting the fact that Abacha died, because after they kicked him out in 1985, he became jobless, useless. However, he was still keeping his pension. Are you with me? He went into farming. He had 150 cows. After his release from prison, when Babangida released him, so he started collecting his pension. So he opened a farm, and then he had 150 cows in 1988. He had 150 cows in 1998. And then as a farmer, as a Fulani, so, and as a former president, a former terrorist who took over power by gun, this Fulani, democracy is here. So the Fulani probably went to him to say, Baba, can you use your influence and talk to the governor of your state? His people are really not letting us have our time. I mean, do whatever we like. They are always giving us limitation. They are always fighting us. Boko Haram, that was given a job by Abacha in 1993 until Abacha died in 1998 and Boko Haram became jobless again. So he moved and he traveled from Daura to Agodi in Ibadan. And guess what he told the then governor, late Lamadeshino, when Boko Haram got to Ibadan? He did not say much. He just said, Mr. Governor, why are your people killing my people? I was like, you are a former head of state. You should know better. There are clashes between the others, the Fulani herdsmen, and the farmers. And the clashes is about encroaching on their farms or grazing on their farms. And most of the time, the others have always apologized. And we have said to them, what do you mean by why are your people killing my people? They have clashes. And it was like, then you should tell your people to stop killing my people. Do you know the people killing people then? To Boko Haram, the Yorubas were killing Fulanis according to Boko Haram, and he traveled down to Yoruba land to warn the Yoruba governor that he should tell his people to stop killing his people. So when Tifnumbu dragged Yorubas into an alliance with Boko Haram and his jihadist apologist team, I was one of those who warned you, okay? But mine was probably not as detailed as those the Biafrans' messages who were telling us that they will kill us, they will kill all of you, they will try to subjugate, they will try to take over, but some of you were like, it's impossible. But look at us today, see us today, we the Yorubas, we have our people who are now refugees in their thousands, in Benin Republic, a small country next to us, simply because Tifnumbu dragged us into an alliance with APC, Egbekegbe. And today, Boko Haram is telling us that the only way to have peace, whether we like it or not, is to give our land. So if anybody is saying who is trying to divide Nigeria, please save your breath and save us your spittus. Boko Haram is the one doing the job. Everybody is just reacting to stimulus, whatever that means. Let those who understand tell me. We are only reacting according to the law of physics. I don't know if that's true, okay? But you know what I'm about to say, right? For every action, there will always be an opposite or contrary or a counter reaction. Boko Haram brought death, terrorism. Boko Haram brought genocide, division, corruption, and inequality, unfairness, injustice. What do you want us to do? Obey and die. Of course, we are going to react. That's us reacting. The Biafrans decided to take it 10 steps further by not just complaining about the problem, since everybody is in on it, especially those who claim to be the Igbo leaders, Igbo governors, politicians, elites, business class, and the rest of them, who were shouting one Nigeria, while their people are being killed, butchered, displaced, and then economically being destroyed. The IPOB went 10 steps further, which further made Boko Haram mad when the ESN was birthed. And this is where the Buhari Dins, the Buhari Didiris, the Buhari Dinotus, and the Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus, the Unekaharis, the Ungoziaris, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, and the humbled slaves, the social media bandits and the Facebook adsmen, and including the premium Buhari idiots abroad, the Mumumadus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers, and the rest of their clan and their lineages. The moment the Biafrans said, we will stand and protect ourselves, even though Boko Haram has been killing us, we will not wait to die in the hand of those they gave gun to, and they call them unknown gunmen or Fulani terror bandits and other funny names they gave to them. To an average Biafran, they are terrorists. But we will not wait to die. That was the second offense to Boko Haram. To the Buhari idiots, it is a crime to defend yourself. And if you pay attention, the same thing they are wishing on the Biafrans, as you look around you, the same people are wishing the same thing on us, the Yorubas, for asking for a country that we can at least be part of its foundation, be part of how we are going to be governed, be part of or how we are going to protect ourselves without having to wait for the dog whistle from a Megad, from Daura. They are now wishing that we should be killed. Do you now get how we got here now? Wait, somebody is going to tell you. How did we get here? Pastor Ruga.
Where we are today and why we're where we are today is because of 16 years of mismanagement of resources. That's the problem. That's why
Do you get that? That's where we are today. But don't be confused. Like Pastor Ruga, there's no confusion here. Okay? There's clarity. Those who brought you here, they are still holding that power. And therefore, they can influence what you think. And with Maiyegun's Diary political platform, we will continue to make it difficult for them. Okay? People who publicly promote genocide simply because people want to ask for their own freedom, right, should never be given any breathing space. It is for our own collective good. Because what they have for the Biafrans is what they have had for the people of Benue, the Middle Belt. They have killed them. But you see the Buhari idiots? Probably because they are yet to be killed. Many of them, even if they are dying, they will still do this. And that is why we said, listen, they are also victims of their own uninformed or selfish decisions, but they are not just the only victims. All of us are. There is no confusion. Okay? The confusion here is that you probably want to give excuse or continue to give excuse why we are where we are today. Sorry about that. There's no reason to give excuses. Okay? Boko Haram came out. Let me start with this. Now that the Biafrans have chosen to defend themselves, and the insecurity in Nigeria has escalated. Everywhere people report about the attacks here, attacks there. School children are being kidnapped every day. In northern Nigeria, people are being killed en masse in northern Nigeria. Okay, Boko Haram controls the military. It controls the Air Force. It controls the Navy. It controls the DSS. It controls the police. It controls the judiciary. It controls the National Assembly. It also controls the presidency. It controls almost everything. It controls the CBN, whereby if they are tired, I mean, if they run out of cash, Emefiole will print them more money, right? But yet, the northern Nigeria became more insecure. It became more, more people have now, ended up in IDP camp. Before now, Once they kill some, once they kill some, and others escape to the hills or to the IDP camp, the Boko Haram and the terrorists will take over their communities. But you know what? Even the Boko Haram, the terrorists are now going into the IDP camp to further kill people that they sent to the place. That's how bad it is, right? And when you look at it, you would expect the Nigerian government to use every resources, right, to track down these killers, right, and then bring them to book and return people back to their own homes where they were chased away by the terrorists who are now receiving the cover of the Boko Haram's presidency. But rather than that, they came out to threaten us again. First, they said 75 northern groups came together to issue a threat to arrest Nnamdi Kanu. My Biafran brothers would like me to say His Excellency Nnamdi Kanu. I don't know if that's going to be a conflict of a title, because Maazi means master, I think. I've been wanting to ask all of you, what is the full meaning of Maazi? When I checked it, it says it's a master, is it? Or a teacher. And I think for somebody like that, His Excellency is good. Yeah, His Excellency Maazi Nnamdi Kanu should be extradited back to Nigeria, back to them in northern Nigeria, so that they can deal with him. Sure. How can you be so concerned about Maazi Nnamdi Kanu when you should use that your 75 northern group to begin the mobilization of the northern youth and begin to and then start your own Northern Security Network, NSN, or Arewa Security Network, ASN, and send them into the forest like the IPOB did when the Biafrans volunteered themselves to go after those who are chasing their own mothers and their fathers from their farms and stop them from invading these farms and then, killing them. You could have used that, you know. If you're watching me right now, if you're one of those, the 75 northern mumus, right? You could have actually made a very good headline. If you're not going to be raising 100 million, are you going to borrow that money? Because you don't have money. If Nigeria should break up today, 100% of the entire northern Nigeria, right? They will go begging because of what your political leaders have done to you. They told you that you are feeding the southern Nigeria. You are feeding them with your cows, with your tomato, with your onions, and the rest of that. Yeah? But yet, maybe I shouldn't say that anyway. You could probably use that to feed your economy, because for 60 years, we have never seen it in the national, the national resources, where they will say, oh, from the money we generated this month, the money we are going to share to all states in Nigeria this month, we made 1 trillion naira from cow. Or we made 1 billion or 100 billion naira from onions. We made this or that from this or that. They made their money from those who are consuming them. But because of the poor education in that part, you think having a lot of onions, having a lot of tomato, having a lot of cows to sell makes you better, when indeed it's not actually contributing anything to you when you can't even buy it yourselves. So which means your federal government of Nigeria relies on us buying them en masse so that they can take the taxes from it, and they can then channel that taxes back to you, whereby without any contribution, so to say. Please keep those cows. We can build ranches. Do you know that? And in fact, if the northern criminals actually want to really help the north right now, they should be converting the mass, unused land that they have, including Sambisa Forest, into relocating those terrorists that they have given guns to kill us in the southern Nigeria. I have never seen anywhere they said your cows generated this amount of money this month. They will tell you, this is how much money we realize from taxes. And what are the taxes? Taxes from alcohol, which is a VAT taxes, from alcohol, from this, from that. Yeah? Money from crude oil, money from this, and all of that. And they put the money together and they share the money to your terrorist governors, your terrorist bandit apologist governors, your hoodlum governors. They share the money to them. And what do they use the money for? They use the money for propaganda of their fake Fulanization, whatever nonsense they have in their head. They abandoned you. And they make you think you have anything at all to gain from telling you that they will conquer the South for you. It's never going to happen. Not when this generation actually know better. Because you see, it was Nnamdi Kanu before now, but it won't just be him. So why do you have to waste your 100 million naira? Who is going to give you the money? Which is it going to be printed to you? Printed for you by Emefiole. Who is going to give you the money? How many cows are you going to sell? Or how many people are you going to kidnap for you to raise that 100 million? Why can't you use it to raise the army that will go after those who make it impossible for you to graze your cows in Sokoto, graze your cows in Kano, build ranches, and make better money than being just a wanderer in 21st century? How can you say you want to put 100 million on somebody who said he's protecting his people and he doesn't want to be part of Nigeria anymore? That's the first joke.
We are placing a bounty of 100 million naira. We are placing a bounty of 100 million naira as an offer to anyone who can produce Nnamdi Kanu alive, hale and hearty. Please take note. Whoever can produce Nnamdi Kanu alive, hale and hearty, uninjured, to us for onward delivery to security agencies for his continuous prosecution. Every property of any northerner that has been destroyed, we are saying that the government of those states that those incidents happen must pay our people. You must pay compensation. We will no longer tolerate the killing of our people. We will no longer tolerate the destruction of properties of our people anymore. If not, we have done it in the past, we will do it again. We don't want to do it. So we are passing a word of warning. They said a word is enough for the wise.
You think say they're wise? You are a mumu man. You are a mumu man. And then throw the guy.
Do you get that? Thank you, Jare Alaji Asari. That's what they do. They get away with it all the time. They make threats. Ask them, which Fulani property is destroyed in any part of southern Nigeria? Are they talking about those shanties they built in the forest? They built with, many of you have seen the videos, Abi? So what property is he talking about? We have done it in the past. We will do it again. He's referring to the same thing that this lifeless breeding mannequin had to say. Listen.
Still on the Southeast, Mr. President. Still on the Southeast, Mr. President. How do you plan to include more people from the Southeast, and indeed the South in general, to include more people in the Southeast, and indeed the South in general?
I think...
Well, Southeast, I was encouraged by what I heard. Nobody told me. Two statements from the South. One by elderly people. No, South. Yes, by elderly people. They said this time around there will be no access to sea. I'm sure you will understand what they mean. Again, the youth made the same statement. That encouraged me. So that EPOB is just like a dot in a circle. If they want to exist, they would have no access to anywhere. And the way they are spread all over the country, having businesses, having property, I think EPOB doesn't know what they are talking about. In any case,
there's a part you're still going to listen to, right? The dots in a circle. Buhari is referring to 60 million people as a dot in a circle. And you heard the first video where that guy said, we did it in the past, we do it again. They were referring to the genocide, which led to the Twitter Twitter deleting that threat of Boko Haram. And then when Boko Haram responded, it was pretty much to suspend Twitter in Nigeria. That's the threat from the president. It is a dog whistle. To those of you who have no idea, it is called dog whistle. There are many, many, many Boko Harams. Did you not hear Philip that called in the other day? There are many, many, many Boko Harams like that. Okay? And the more they give all these rhetorics, tell me, how would you unite a country like that? How do you intend to actually get away with that? When you are not just making those rhetorics, you are actually carrying them out by killing people. Ask them, where is that Fulani terrorist house destroyed in any part of southern Nigeria? But they just needed something to start the carnage, to start the killing, and they've had it already, but they will never get away with it. Are you with me? Listen further.
Still on the Southeast, Mr. President, how do you plan to include more people from the Southeast, and indeed the South in general, to include more people in the Southeast, and indeed the South in general, in your government, especially in security services and MDAs?
You look at, say, NNPC, look at the military. People who have been there for 18 years, or people who have been there, say, for 10 years, they trained in Zaria or in Abeokuta. They come through the ranks, and because they served under all the circumstances, the crisis and everything, and they gradually rise to that status. And you think you just pick somebody just to balance up? These positions have to be earned. Those positions have to be earned. There are people who have been there for 10, 15 years. And you just because somebody will say, well, there's nobody. If you don't join, you are not forced to join. But when you join, you go through the rigmarole. You go through.
I know he's talking nonsense, okay? But I just wanted to see his reaction when they said, what about the Southeast? Just to give credence to what I told you earlier, there are many, many. But this is one you should pay attention to, okay? Did you see how he reacted? Giving all the blah, blah nonsense to just wishy-washy it away, right? Now, listen to this about the Ruga and the Grazing area from the same Boko Haram.
Gazette of First Republic, when people were obeying laws, there's cattle routes and grazing area. Cattle routes where when they are moving up country, north to south or east to west, they have to go through there. If you allow your cattle to stray into any farmer's farm, you are arrested. The farmer is invited to submit his claims. The alkali or the judge will say, oh, I pay. If you can't, the cattle is sold, and if there is any balance, you are given. And people are behaving themselves. And in the grazing areas, they built earth dams, put windmills, in some places even veterinary departments, so that the herders are limited. Their route is known, their grazing area is known. If they have any problem from the locality is known. But I'm telling you, this ration to the center, people just, I think. So I asked for the gazettes, to make sure that those who encroached on these cattle routes and grazing areas will be dispossessed, and try to bring some order back into the cattle areas. The problem is trying to understand the culture.
I hope you paid attention to that. All right? Good. He said he asked for the gazette. That gazette of a grazing route area where they will build veterinary clinic for them. They will put the cows here. He's talking about a ranch. They will build a windmill, blah, 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 nonsense. Ask him, how many of such windmill and those such cattle colonies were created in northern Nigeria since this lifeless Boko Haram came to power? Or how long do you think it takes to build a windmill? 6 years? Or to build a one successful ranch? At least we are saying, if you are going to force Ruga and all this nonsense down the throat of the people, right? What you should do is that you should give us an example. Even if it's in Daura, let's see where you have just resettled this Fulani from Niger, okay? Which happens to be your country. As he said he can't leave them. They are his cousins from Niger. So therefore, as he's the president of Nigeria, he is also the big brother to Niger, and therefore they can borrow money in your name. Why can't you set up one? And they'll say, oh boy, if you see the cattle colony built by Boko Haram in Daura, you go respect what's in this man they talk about. Okay? But that's not the purpose. Pay attention to detail. Okay? It is not about grazing route. It is bringing about something from this Malamu. You know, Malamu is a criminal. The one that is forging all the documents, forging the laws for this criminal regime, right? You don't be surprised if they come out to say there is one grazing route from 1320. I'm just joking, right? But whatever they like, they can go and print it out, okay? The answer will still remain the same thing. No land. See, all of you who are young people, the Buhari idiots, the young Buhari idiots, young side barbarians, Some of you, I understand that the only word you know is this word that you have met, the word of Tifnumbu, the word of Remi Werekwe, the word of the likes of Aregbe Mugbo and Co., the word of Benga Daniel, Benga Gwewiri Daniel, the word of all this Ade Pointer, Ade Gator, Governor Pointer and Kill, within the Sonwe Igbo or Sonwe Iku, and the rest of them. That's the word you know. Are you with me? But listen, this word can be better. You shouldn't be defending it. The current Nigeria they gave to you is a fraudulent one. That if anybody tells you they're asking for something better, it's like you trying to waste your future. There is no future. Don't let anybody lie to you. There is no future. You are going to be the one to find your way around it. If you make it, look around you and see how many of your mates or your peers that will ever make it. If you don't believe me, well, you will find out soon, because even Boko Haram said, nothing for you.
And very importantly, let them speak to the youth, that the federal government has no more vacancy. Virtually every department is filled. The same thing in the states, the same thing in local governments. So you can have a good degree from a good university, and you will never get a job.
It's okay, Papa, it's okay.
I want to join my ancestors.
You will not join
my
anything.
Eyes are closing.
No, I will open your eyes.
So that's where I'm going to draw my own curtain, then open the line. So if anyone is telling you to, by any means, directly or indirectly, agree that killing people, asking for their own country, or asking for a self-determination is the right thing to do, you are not different from Boko Haram. But being member or being able to join the Temple of Truth tonight, maybe your healing will start tonight. And I do hope you meet your healing on the program tonight. I'm going to open the line. I've got my friends who might want to phone in. So let's see how many of the calls I can take. And then I'm going to take the calls for a few minutes, okay? Then I'm going to round up afterward, okay? So let's see how many of us that will make it through. The number to call is right there on your screen. It is, what do you call it? It is a WhatsApp call for everyone who knows it, okay? The line is opened now. Thank you very much. So and I think I have my first caller, by the way. Hello.
Yes, Maiyegun General.
Yes, my brother.
5-star General.
How are you?
Good morning from here. I'm fine. How are you doing?
Is that you?
Yes, it's me. Thank you very much. It's me.
Great. So you're my first scholar.
Yes.
So make it sharp.
Yes,
sharp.
I'm lucky. Yes, I'm gonna make it sharp.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I listened to what this Maiyegun was saying, and I don't know if people are really paying attention to what's going on in Nigeria. I don't think they do, because if they are paying attention to what's going on in Nigeria, they will get mad overnight. Nobody will tell them that Nigeria is a fraud. Nobody will tell them Nigeria is not going to work. It has never worked, and it will never work. Never ever. I listened to them putting bounty on Nnamdi Kanu, and it's very, very ridiculous. When they were putting bounty on Nnamdi Kanu, over 100 people were kidnapped at their backyard, and they were not talking about that. I don't know if these people are truly image of God or they came from somewhere else. Because if God really created these people, I think they will have sense of reasoning, they have sense of sympathy, but they don't have that. You know, they've been telling everybody, because people don't know the origin of Igbo will conquer you, Igbo will rule you. I could remember when Umaru Diko was alive, I saw the video. That was the origin of that word, Igbo will conquer you, Igbo will rule you. Umaru Diko said it first. There was no 1960 coup. There was no clean of Northerners. Umaru Diko said this when British were in charge of Nigeria. He said that Igbos are the people that want to dominate everybody. Whereas people that were appointing people at that time were the British, not Hausa man, not Igbo man, not Yorubas. It was the British that appoint people based on merit. And for your information, Igbos came last. Before Igbos got to education, Yoruba has gone far. Yorubas have gone far. But when they came up, they meet up with the demand of the British, and they were able to get opportunity like every other person. But outside or Northerners were backward. They were not educated. So why are they so obsessed with Igbos? These Igbos who dominated came from Umaru Diko. For you to know that this hatred did not start today. It has been there. It has been building up, and they transferred it to their children. Likewise, Buhari. Buhari is what he's doing now is what he learned from Umaru Diko. The same tactics, divide and rule, telling us all sorts of lies and making people to believe. Anybody who believes in Nigeria right now is wasting time because it's not going to work. I could remember when they initiated this Ruga. Do you know the first people that built Ruga in Nigeria? It was the military, Buhari, the killer. He ran to Abuja and created Ruga for Fulani. Nigerian military created Ruga. Where is that Ruga today? It's not more functioning because it was all on an agenda. They built those Ruga for an agenda. They saw us how they have built Ruga in Abuja. Everybody should give Fulani's land for them to have their Ruga. Where is the Ruga today? It's gone.
It's gone.
Because it's all for an agenda. There's no military, and there's no what is it called? There's no cattle in any southern Nigeria. No single cattle. If they like, they call it whatever they want to call. My past had cattle ranch in those days. He was doing his business. Nobody was having problem with him. Okay, why are we talking about cow every day? When you talk about cow, you see Buhari reaction. You will know what to answer at all times when it comes to cow. But when you talk about security, when you talk about youth unemployment, when you talk about welfare of people, you will talking trash. And people think that he doesn't know what he's saying. He knows exactly what he's saying. That's called Takia. They will be telling you something else, making you to believe that they are not listening to you or they're not understanding you. He knew exactly what he was saying. And that is the Takia. So anybody who will say that he believes in Nigeria, I'm not against you, but don't disturb our peace. Believe in your one Nigeria. Believe that Nigeria will work, but don't disturb us because we're heading forward. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you say. As far as we are heading forward, we will get whatever we want.
We will.
Thank you very much.
You are very welcome, Adenipagu. You have a good evening. Good morning over there, you said.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. Hello.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello, General.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good one. So your name?
I decided to change my name to Dot in a circle.
A Dutchian. So you're a Dutchian. So Dutchian from the UK.
No. The Dot in a circle is my name now.
We'll call it a dot in a circle, okay? I'll stick to that.
Yeah.
Now you're alive.
All right. Okay, yeah. Please, I would like to say something that really bothers me. Like, Like, I know you are in Scotland, and I live in England. I'm British. I don't understand why, if it's okay for Britain to come together and say we want to leave the European Union, and they voted for a referendum, and they left the European Union. Why is it a problem for them to support us to do our own referendum in Nigeria? Like, it baffles me. Like, I heard something about the British High Commission in Nigeria trying to encourage us not to leave Nigeria. That's teacher, don't teach me nonsense to me. Because if it's okay for you to take that step, why are you discouraging me not to take the same step? If you get what I'm like, if you think what I'm saying, yeah.
You know, if I have to answer that, dot in a circle, right? I'm gonna say, you know, British have no say when we are ready to break up. They are just gonna be a guest there. You know, the way I think they see it, they may be working to make sure that we don't, which is normal, protecting their interests, right? However, when we are ready, they have no say. Truly, when people say Britain should let us go, Britain this and that, they don't really have a say. When we are ready, they will be invited to be part of it and say, okay, we witness your breakup today. Trust me.
And another thing is, why is Nnamdi Kanu the biggest problem in Nigeria? Like, I don't think that, why place 100 million Naira bounty, which I looked at that man, I can swear with my life that man don't have 100 million Naira. I can swear with my life that man don't have 1 million. I wish he's watching me now. No, guy, you don't get 1 million, 100 million Naira. You don't have that money which your place. And how dare you say the same thing this man said, that you've done it in the past? Like, this is like you enjoyed it. To me, you enjoyed what you did in the past, and you're telling me you can do it again. God punish your papa for that thing when you talk.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Baba.
One last thing I'd like to. Yeah. Okay. Go on anyway. Yeah.
One last thing. Rounding up, but one last thing, please.
Yeah. One last thing. I'd like to say is this idea of, I heard about, you know, that man that said he wants to sue Twitter for bringing answers into Garuba somebody, Garuba Damu or something like that. I don't know if you heard that this rumor that his app has been deleted from the Play app. Okay. So, according to him, he said he deleted it by himself. And all of a sudden, they all came together and they tried to target all the applications owned by Nigerians, especially the Igbos, to put negative, like, why are we taking blame again for everything? Like, answers, Igbo. They deleted somebody app, Igbo. Everything, Igbo. Say they do that 1966 Igbo. Igbo all the time. Okay, allow us to go so this thing will end.
At least.
Let these people go. Just send us packing. I will not complain. Kick me out. Because this is too much. And like I said, I know say some Biafran would, I heard you said before, some Biafrans are tagging you as you're seeking for attention. I beg, brother, don't mind those people. We got your back. Because if anything happens to you, my baba, na Igbo they go blame you.
Okay. I think that means that I have no choice but to keep going. You know what I mean now? So that they will know that they will have you guys.
Keep going. We got your back. Anything happens to you, na Igbo we go blame. My beg, we got your back. Carry on with your good work.
That's a very deep one. Dot in a circle. Thank you so much, Baba. You have a good evening, okay?
All right.
I love that. That's a good one. I have another caller on the phone. Hello.
Hello,
sir.
Yeah, Maiyegun General, General Overseer of Yoruba Nation.
Yes, sir.
I hope I can give you that.
Say that again, because that one sounded like an Edo title. Tell me.
No, I said General Overseer of Yoruba Nation.
Oh, General Overseer of
Overseer,
that's a Jew.
yeah.
But why? Maybe we should make it a General Overseer of the Temple of Truth, because I've got disciples everywhere.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Thank
right.
you, Baba.
You know, my name is Murphy. I'm calling from Paris.
Murphy,
okay,
you're alive, sir. Yeah, please.
Yeah, I just want to chip in one or two things, because with all the information at your disposal, I don't know whether we have the representative, the House of Reps, the Senate. I don't know whether they are intelligent or they are dullard, or they don't know what it takes when these people come up with any stupid bill or whatsoever, or maybe they need to give them money, they sell their people in order to vote for what they know is not right, that is not going to bring peace to their people they are representing. Because I can't believe somebody as intelligent would stand so low to follow them with these
there are many.
Water resources
there are many other stuffs they have in the pipeline. Honestly, that's why I said people should pay attention. Pay attention. Leave the issue of I don't like Buhari. I don't know. There is a lot going on. A lot.
Yeah, a lot is going on, but the people we are looking at, the people we call leaders, they are not leading anywhere. They are just there. I could remember the Rotimi Akeredolu of Ondo State was even saying, he said there is no law, there is nothing in Constitution Nigeria that talks about cattle route. No. Then where is this foolish man is coming with his own cattle route? What kind of cattle route? We are in 21st century. We are no more in Awolowo era. Things supposed to be done in the correct way. How can you tell me I can't move in my area? I was in my area. My daughter was playing outside, and he rushed. He said, "Oh, daddy, there are cows." I said, "What will cows be doing in the city?" So I came out. I was surprised. I saw 1, 2. I thought maybe those people selling normal that were taking it to their patio. I saw 2, 3, 5, 10, 20. And before I knew it, it's one young guy with AK-47. I had to rush my daughter in, and I locked the door. Because I don't know if I should say a thing, he might cock the gun. I don't even know whether he understands Yoruba or understand English or understand any other language. I don't speak Hausa. So we are in a situation whereby the president does not know what is happening. I know this guy has dementia. And I have somebody like this Okpolu that calls himself a pastor, who is, for me, is not a pastor, he's a ritualist. Because if he's a true pastor, he should be able to come out and say, "Oh, sorry, I cannot sell my conscience. Let me go." Look for somebody you can use as a scapegoat. But this guy is not talking. What kind of vice president that doesn't talk? That means he has soiled his hand. Because if he has not soiled his hand, he should be able to come forward and say, "Oh, my people, I'm no more in this government. I can't continue. I can't continue with this government. We are all suffering. People cannot move. I live here. I have my kids in Nigeria. I call them. My son went out on his way. He said, the fear is so much. You can't even walk on the street. You have to be looking back, looking forward. You don't know who is behind you. Yeah, you have to be very careful. You can't go in a bus. You don't know whether they are kidnappers or who are they. Anytime they are leaving for school in Osu, I'm always calling them every 30 minutes. "Where are you? I hope you've got into school. How far?" Because nobody is free anymore. And these foolish people keep saying, "Don't pay ransom." Are you people engaging these people? You're not engaging them. You're not doing anything. Look at what happened in Abuja today. People came out, half-naked women, complaining. Yes, protesting that these people are doing it. And this president said, "I saw you. I saw you. I saw you." What I saw you, are you assuring us?
I assure you.
You keep assure. You keep assure. You keep assure. I keep assure. Look at the question they asked him. You bring in this malam. I'm telling you, I'm a Yoruba man. Sentiment apart. Let me be the chief of army staff, and they said Odua. OPC is causing problem in Lagos. And you think I will go there and I'll start killing my Yoruba people? Would I come back when I finish my term? You put an Hausa man to be the chief of army staff, you are not telling him to go and kill Hausas. He will never do that. I don't know whether you stumble on the videos of these soldiers, the way they are being killed like animals.
Exactly. Murphy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Baba. I so much appreciate your vibes there. They are really informative, especially that about Nigeria, and the ones have many of us watching this video. We have families in Nigeria, and every now and then we don't want to wake up and receive a message or a call that something has happened to them. You get what I mean? So if people don't know why we are worried, maybe they can now have an idea why we are also worried, even though we are not in Nigeria. Murphy, thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah,
sir,
thank you, Maiyegun. God will bless you. God will continue to reward you.
Amen.
Yeah.
And you too. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So that's a very good one. Okay. I have another caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Very political.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm very well. You?
My name is... All right, good. It's good to call into your program this evening. This is my first time calling. My name is Chuma. I'm calling from Glasgow.
Oh, you are calling from Glasgow. Did you say Chuma?
Yeah. Yeah.
Grand. Now you're live, please.
Right. I would have thought that being in a federated country would have been the best for all involved people, but however, that would be at the consent of all involved. But listening and following what's been happening in recent times now, it seems there are certain fundamental cracks that I doubt might not be possible for a federated nation to work the way we suppose that we want it to work for everybody concerned. So I think that gives genuine credence to the calls of different parties now, the Oduduwa Nation, IPOB, and all the rest who are looking to break away from the union, and gives genuine credence to whatever their calls are, because there are too many fundamental differences, and I'm afraid there are no sincereness of purpose. I was going
to even say that, Chuma, that all trust have been lost, and I don't see us building that anymore. Those that should be building or taking us to the path of that reconciliation, they enjoy division, because that's what gives them power. And that then makes it an Eldorado for us. Like, what are we going to do? We're just going to keep going in circles?
Unfortunately, because, I mean, this is not just about the current generation. When I look down the line and look at what the outlook is for our children and their children, I don't see anything good coming out of this union the way it's going down now. It's just going down a slippery slope that I don't think there's any redemption for, except something drastic is done to change the situation. I really do wish it all works out for us the best way it should, honestly, because this is not just what we're looking towards to find in a country.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I just wish well for all parties involved at the end of the day, because this is just not it. There's too much lost as it is, and there might be yet more lost if we don't do something drastic.
If we don't halt it now. Thank you so much, Chuma.
Yeah.
That's a good
Thank you for your good work. Keep it up.
Thanks so much. I appreciate that. Okay. You have a good evening, okay?
All right.
That's a Chuma from my city. So I'm going to probably welcome to Chuma someday, and he's going to say, I'm Chuma. Hello there.
Yeah, Maiyegun General.
Yes, sir. Your name?
Ahmed.
Ahmed. I think you are learning this rope a lot, where you can always get me, call me unaware. Anyway, now you are live again.
Yeah.
Ahmed from the US.
Yeah. So, you know, I was just watching, and you know, as we always listen and just keep watching up. And I just want to talk about the rally that's coming up in Lagos State
on the 3rd,
like
July 3rd.
Like people should try as much as possible out there to protect themselves and, you know, be vigilant, because you know how Lagos is now. Àwọn Fulani, even Fulani ni commissioner of the water chemical on Kabiru, something like that. So Lagos as it is now, our Fulani lower. So it's not our Yoruba government, but our Fulani in Lagos. So that is why they are looking at the rally in Lagos like, but I'm just trying to like urge people out there when
yeah. That is why I actually wish I'm going to get Princess to phone in, right? I wish I'm lucky to get her to phone in. I know she's watching, right? Because Princess has this very, very vital information for us, especially about the Lagos rally. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scene, Ahmed. So what we expect it to...
That Lagos rally is just going to be like, you understand? Because the way it will shock them, like, it's a full rally, and those people from the north, they see that, only like any momentum, they will get confused and something might happen. And you know, we don't want to start losing people right now. Probably later on, but not right now. But not right now, you know.
But you are right.
Yeah, we don't want to lose anybody.
Let me give you a tip, a secret, just because you asked that question, because I know so many people want to ask a similar question, like, is Lagos State rally will be this or that, right? I can tell you this, okay, for free. Even Tifnubu himself, right, is already on the side. Gonna look away. And this time around, just like Ondo State, where Akeredolu publicly came out and gave a press statement that he must not come. Yeah, Lagos State rally will be the biggest, and there will be no crisis. Yeah, there may be some skirmishes here and there where police want to do their gra-gra. Yeah, but trust me, it will be very, very smooth.
You know, I'm not even thinking about the police. I want not even the police, not even the security. I'm talking about those jobless people that they've already made jobless. So just say none of us want to use because of that. They want to use nonsense. All those time before you know what my disturbing. So people should get ready. And it's over move. You understand? That kind of thing.
That's fine. Okay. Just like as usual, right? Those who know the message, those who actually own the message, they are hearing you.
They understand.
They are possibly just shaking their head like, Ahmed, you don't worry. We are hearing you, don't worry. Thank you, Baba. You have a good afternoon over there.
All right.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I have another caller. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
There.
Maiyegun General.
Yes, ma. Your name?
Nice. My name is Aisha, and I'm calling from Ireland.
Aisha, how are you this evening? I believe it's evening.
I'm fine, General. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. So, yeah, you're live, please.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
First of all, I want to thank you for the great job you're doing.
Thank you.
It's amazing what you're doing, and may God continue to bless you.
Amen.
What I want to contribute, in the situation of Nigeria at the minute is that we really need to wake up. Every single one of us. I am from the north, and I see what has been going on. We have been living a life of lies all along, even our forefathers. It will do us a lot of good if both North and South come together and decide what is best for us. Because both sides can actually benefit from this breakup. I'm telling you. We can both be, it doesn't make any sense. If one is today, in the life we're living today, somebody is coming to discuss cows, when we should be thinking along other great nations of the world. Nigerians have some of the best people in the world today. scattered everywhere, doing well, even within Nigeria. Nigerians are even doing well in Nigeria. It is the situation that is suppressing everybody. And it must end. Exactly. What the government has done to us, even the old LS, the previous ones, what they've done to our people is to continually make us poorer so that they can continue to suppress us.
Weaponizing
you know what
poverty.
it's like? Exactly. When someone is poor, you can do anything to that person, and that person will see you
That's absolutely
as
right.
a god. Buhari recently visited Borno State. Did you see the masses of people on the street?
I saw that.
Despite what is going on in that state, I felt so ashamed. How do you give poor women wrappers? A woman who has not even eaten or fed her children, you're giving her wrapper, and she's jubilating, happy, and praising him. Oh, my heart breaks.
Thank you so
Recently,
much.
Kebbi State, a school was attacked recently in Kebbi State. 2 of my relatives narrowly escaped. Some children were kidnapped and some teachers. They even killed police officers that were guarding the school.
So sorry.
The major news in Nigeria didn't carry it. It was the phone call we got here that told us what was happening back home. We are in trouble. Nigeria must break up.
Aisha.
We have no choice.
And
that is my contribution.
People, yes,
thank you, sir.
You are so welcome. I do tell people that everyone is a victim, and you must be a regular follower of Maiyegun's diary, and you must probably have heard this too, right? I said there is no section, there is no segment of Nigeria that is not marginalized, but the elites have managed to control the people from reacting. But yeah, you are right. Until everybody agrees to come together, even if we, like I said, to break up, even if you fight, we are still going to come back to the negotiation table.
We would do better if we break up. I'm telling you, we will respect each other more.
Do you get that now? So we should do it with respect enough, and then those who are paying for blood, we can save ourselves from them by getting rid of them, and then have a conversation, and then let's see where that leads us.
The Igbos have suffered for too long. He has to end.
Thank you so much, Aisha. You should have a good evening.
You.
Okay.
Thank
you
bless
very
everybody.
much for calling. And
you
too,
sir.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Yeah,
bye
yes,
bye.
ma'am. Bye bye, ma'am. I have a caller. Hello there.
Hello.
Hi. You are
Yeah.
live.
This is your brother again,
Osita. Oh dear. Please don't ever change that. Don't change your DP, okay? Because I'll easily get to know it's you now. However, you are live, Osita.
I don't change the DP. Anyway, first of all, I always tell you, other pastors will go and tell politicians that I pray for you. Me, I pray for you.
Thank you.
For a continuous success. God has given you this crown of glory.
Thank you.
No man can take it away from you. That's something I can assure you.
Thank you.
I was listening and watching. And yesterday, I watched the full video of Asari Dokumbo when he was saying something concerning Nnamdi Kanu, the Igbos being
about money,
criminal, money and other things. And I was watching it with a friend of mine, and the friend of mine got angry. But I told him, you don't need to get angry. You don't need. Because if you look at the subject that he brought up, that they said they gave me 20 million in Cotonou or whatever you say. So he actually came there just because of the share money. That's what he's trying to say.
Then he was also bragging that they ate my food. I put them in hotel. Maybe because they promised him money. So did the IPOB promise him money?
Money. So you see how human beings behave. That is all about me. It's all about what I can get. I remember when the Niger Delta struggle was there. They took him away. It is blatant. It's not a lie that he was settled when he came out. And when he came out, he kept his mouth shut. Tom Polo took up the struggle. He kept his mouth shut. He was off the rail at the time.
It's like so many people are disappointed in Nnamdi Kanu because they actually thought he was doing it for money. Then when they realized that it wasn't, then they actually hated him for it. And I think I suspect that some of the things people call jealousy, I don't think it's jealousy. It's pretty much of people despising you when you are not what they think you will turn out to be. Don't you think?
Exactly. That is exactly what happened. So I told that my friend, you don't have to be angry at him. Leave him alone. This is somebody who is looking for himself. He said he is for Biafra, that he's a Biafra. He didn't deny it. So probably he was thinking that he was going to get a lot of. Let me tell you,
please.
Like you said, jealousy is part of what is against Nnamdi Kanu in this whole struggle. Even the governors, even the president cannot tell people, Buhari cannot tell people, do not go to the polling booth. Don't mind them. Do not go there. People are not going to listen to him. But they wonder that who is this person that is nobody? And at the end of the day, he carries out all these orders when he tells people
demanded that is beyond their own imagination.
Imagination. That don't do this. The people will quietly, they will respect that thing he did. All these things, like you here, a lot of people are following you, people you don't even know. People are listening to you. Life is not all about competition. I know they are listening to your program right now.
That's right.
Asari, I'm talking to you. Asari, I'm talking to you. Life is not a competition. It is not because of Maiyegun is on YouTube. Tomorrow I will go and be on YouTube. I watch so many people, their program. Their program don't even tally at all. You can't even follow them. Even if they say, oh, phone in, nobody's going to listen to them. I've done that several times. I've watched it. Life is not about competition.
It's not a competition.
If you cannot,
it's about impacting. And that's what I think Nnamdi Kanu, managed to understand from the word go. That if I can impact people and they can eventually connect themselves to my messages, that's it. It's not a competition.
It's not a competition. So if you cannot be that arrowhead, why don't you support that arrowhead? So that is where Asari is getting it wrong and other people that think like them. When you say, look, there's something I used to tell somebody, because I am this kind of person, born and brought up in Lagos. I have the attitude of relating with everybody.
Right.
I don't discriminate. When you look at all this whole struggle, I used to tell people, the people that they call themselves, that accepted that name, Niger Delta, they used to think when you are talking about this breakaway, that, oh, they are talking about their oil. Even right now, did you receive that oil? What is this that you gain from that oil? Absolutely nothing. But tomorrow, if we get this thing and they say they want to go on their own, so be it, peace. What we are asking for is peace and prosperity, nothing else.
Thank you so much, Osita. Let me take another call again.
God bless.
Another wonderful chat with you again tonight, okay? I will talk to you again, Osita, all right? You have a good evening, sir. That's Osita there. People who are very philosophical, you just have to listen and he can talk to you all day. Let's see. I have another caller. Let me see. And this will be my last caller, or maybe. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. Your name?
It's still the same guy. Always the last caller.
You this guy. Chooks.
Chooks.
Oh, dear. All right. Now you have the floor again. So you should do your thing, okay? I thought I beat you yesterday.
I just love what the last caller just said about this after. That was exactly what I wanted to comment. It's marveled me that this struggle is going on and somebody just make a video. All he was complaining of is money this, money that, money this, money that, money this. I mean, it's just obvious that he's frustrated. He thought that IPOP is a money cashing machine that is going into the struggles to be making millions of money. He was disappointed because actually Nnamdi Kanu was not pursuing that struggle because of money.
And you know one thing as well, Chooks, right? Something that, an impression that is out there that I always kind of love to debunk all the time, because miseducation of people sometimes is deliberate, okay? How could people think Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB, right, is also the one in charge of, the funds of IPOB? Is also the one in charge who is also managing all of the organizational structures of IPOB from all over the world. Therefore, every penny that comes in goes to him. How could anybody in their own enlightened mind believe that that is possible with this day and time?
Because they are mischievous. So, when you are going for something and you focus on only money, so they don't even think of that aspect where you are going. What they just know that is the leader of IPOP, as the leader of IPOP, that every money that is coming into IPOP is going inside his pocket. But that is far from the truth. That is absolutely far from the truth. This is a guy that has the opportunity of being a billionaire or a trillionaire when he was in prison. He said it openly, and the government never even refuted that claim. He was offered oil wells. He was given a lot of juicy offer when he was in prison, but he turned it down. So how do you think that he would just the 1 naira kobo that people are contributing, that is what he would be feeding on? I mean, it's nerves, and
the jealousy.
It makes me angry to see the guy. Okay, this is somebody who say believe in the struggle, and now he came out of the video. He was condemning the Igbos, but the Igbos, they are used to it anyway. It's not the first people, the first person coming out publicly to say every rubbish about him. But thank God he made that, because some of the guys that larried around him to make that the so-called local, or I don't know the name they give the government. One of them is the former vice of Nnamdi. So it's the guy, not even an Igbo. So that shows that even that their makeup that scattered.
It's just a distraction. Many of them have come and gone. No be today. You get what I mean now? But that's why we have to keep telling people to stay focused. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, just like what the last caller said. The only problem Nnamdi Kanu has is just jealousy. There are jealousy from every angle. He is fighting a lot of battle. I mean, it's countless. People cannot content his popularity, forgetting that he achieved it through not only destiny.
I don't think he even begged for this popularity. He just wanted to make sure that the killings of the Biafrans, the secret execution and all of that doesn't go unnoticed. And he must stop. Not just that, people can leave because they don't have to be part of this if they don't want to.
Exactly. But people, our society down in Nigeria is a place where the hardest thing for you to find is truth. It's built on falsehood. So when people see someone that is telling them the truth, and they focus on him, and they start believing on him, I mean, then people are now then jealous of him. If you are jealous of him, be you a governor, be you a senator, why don't you pull that part of truthfulness? Why don't you?
That is why we will never close shop.
Okay.
That is why.
Okay, look at, sometimes I get depressed what is happening in Nigeria. This is a country. For years, we have been discussing only cow this, cow that, cow this, cow that. What kind of
no be juju be that, Shooks?
What kind of place is that? Human more than 200 million keep since 6 years. Cow this, cow that, cow this, cow that. Are we the only people that is rearing cows
in the world?
In the world? It's very, very.
Thank you so much, Chooks, for calling again tonight. Okay, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you for the work you are doing. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to give you a title. I'm going to think about it. So you'll be the first. You'll probably be the first ordained. This ordained member of the shepherd of the Temple of Truth. So you might be the first one because you are becoming so unique, and then your calling are becoming very regular that they can't go unnoticed. So we have to have for you.
Well,
this is not a coincidence.
Because I love your program.
Thank
you.
Is
the truth.
Thank you.
I learned from it.
Thank you.
I mean, it's a place where people who love truth gather together. It's a temple of truth.
That is right.
I mean, I identify with truth. So,
thank you.
God gave you a talent and you are using it. Thank you very much
for that. I appreciate that, Chuk. So my regards to the family, by the way, they will be getting, they would have probably got used to us now these days, late night and all that. But thank you so much.
Yeah, used to it.
You have a good evening.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers. There.
Oh, yeah, you too.
Yeah. So that is Chooks from Germany. That's why we're going to draw the curtains tonight, okay? I know there's so many of you want to phone in. I understand. And then I would love to speak to so many people as possible, okay? But it won't be tonight. We'll do this again the other time. Remember, if you're watching Maiyegun's Diary Political on YouTube, please, if you haven't really subscribed on Maiyegun's Diary Political, maybe you should. To all my friends, I'm so sorry I couldn't mention your names for your super chat or super stickers and your comment, but I'm glad enough that I caught many of them. So they're going to be on these videos. And I'm saying thank you to you, your messages and all of that. And to every one of you who have already been Maiyegun's Diary Political followers on YouTube, I have over almost 600,000 on Facebook. Facebook caught my reach by over 80%. Imagine if half of my friends on Facebook decide to go and subscribe on YouTube. You can be that person if you haven't already. And it takes just a few seconds to do it. The Empress, you are the last super sticker I caught. Thank you very much for that, okay? So yeah, it takes just a few seconds to do it. Before you go on to YouTube, search for Maiyegun's Diary Political. Right, and on the screen, you will see under the video in particular, you see the like, you see the share, you see the subscribe, and just as it appears on your screen, you can do it. Let's take the number to 50,000. Maiyegun's Diary Political YouTube. Share it everywhere. Tell them it is very warm and very, very hot on Maiyegun's Diary Political. I'm going to see you some other time. So stay safe and good night.
Súnrakì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Prẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Tí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lé ibi oníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o ákàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì o. Ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.